Allegiant Stadium. This will be brought out from the... And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. Here's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2. Looking to throw. Cody. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 down at the 33. This is caught by Evans. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a game of 16. First and 10. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Max Crosby racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Off play action. Cody. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Garabay's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and reconnects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Now and then open down the middle of the field. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
At the 31-yard line.
Ready, sit, ready.
Off the play fake, Cody. And a catch right side by Evans. Has some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Throwing on first down. Cody. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each...
On Herbert, his third interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. On Herbert, his third interception. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's good.
Airing this one out for Evans. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. An extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead grows to 10-0. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And he finally goes out of bounds, so he couldn't take it the distance, but all the way inside the 15. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, the first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Throw left side complete. That's Mason. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Cody finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Garabay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the Chargers 1st down.
Play action. It's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. The 40. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
An extra point up and good by Garabay.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And now here's another interception. And the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw again. Going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Off play action. Cody. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the side.
Touchdown, Raiders! Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Raiders look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He he will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Herbert on first down now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And now here's another interception. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Raiders are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Looking to throw. Cody. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. The extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Herbert now. And the Raiders have got him.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And incomplete on the deep ball. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. The Raiders have the ball. 2 minutes remaining in the four
And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Back to throw. Cody. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. The Charger drive about to get going. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for Las Vegas, they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.